Hi, welcome back to my studio. I'm artist Jenny Floravita, and I'd love to take you along with me while I travel to Fort Bragg, California to paint wildflowers. The trip takes place over 3 days, and if you've never been to Fort Bragg, it's a beautiful coastal town, and my family has been traveling here for many years. We've been visiting this part of California since I was a baby. So Fort Bragg and Mendocino area have a lot of sentimental value to me, and I'm very inspired by it. I love the eucalyptus trees, the sea breeze, the pines. I feel at home when I'm here. It's very comforting, and we find reasons to always return. While I'm here, I'm going to be painting wildflowers freestyle. But on our first day, we just take a walk to the beach, and I'm remembered of painting this beach with my son. My mom was actually painting with my son just over a year ago. And this is a beach that we love. And I'm hoping to make really beautiful memories here for my son. I'm hoping that he values and loves this area as much as we do. And I'm hoping that someday he'll look back and really remember some good times, some quality time spent with Mom and his tutu. Tutu in Hawaiian means grandmother. When we arrive, it's nearly sunset, and it's summertime, it's August, so it's about I think it's about 8 o'clock in the evening, and the sunset this evening is beautiful. On the walk back, I'm wondering what kind of wildflowers I'll be painting. We go to Mendocino Botanical Garden for the flowers. Mendocino Botanical Garden is not to be missed. These are some of the flowers that I'm seeing while I'm there. I'm just taking some videos so that I can grab some inspiration for when I paint a little bit later today. So there's still lots of color and vibrancy. This garden actually goes all the way out to the sea, so there's a part that you can walk to that's right beyond this section. It's just beautiful. So the brushes that I'm choosing are it's just a collection of brushes. When I travel, I like to have as much as possible, especially on a trip where we're taking the car, so I'm not worried about condensing. This flower here, I have to tell you, okay, so my mom didn't exactly, she's running the camera, and she didn't catch me painting the first flower, so then she said, please paint that pink flower again, and I painted it a second time. If I had been doing a painting, I would have had it a little bit lower on the paper, but these are just practice flowers. My goal here is just to show you how to paint some freestyle flowers if you travel, you can take some of these techniques and spend an hour or two just capturing the beauty that you see in the color. So with this white flower here, white flowers are interesting because they're not just white. And by the time I'm painting this flower, I have some color in the water that I'm using. And so I'm already getting some nice kind of gray tones, and it's a little bit warm. And I'm going back in with some violet colors that are muted, and I'm going to create the shadows in the flower. And for this flower, I decided to use a flat brush. I'm adding the lines into the flower, the shadowed lines, wet into wet, and that's giving me a very soft feeling. I'm going to have to let this flower dry in a couple minutes. And I want to say I might be painting at 3 times the speed here. It might be a little bit faster. But in a minute or two, I'm going to let this flower dry, and we'll move on to something different. And I have to say, it's so bright out that we can barely see. The one thing about painting outside is if you wear sunglasses, you're not seeing the colors accurately. And if you don't, eventually your eyes staring at white paper, you're going to get like a little bit of a snow blindness. And I kind of felt like we were getting that, and it was just so bright out. This is actually late afternoon, early evening, and as you can see, it's a beautiful blue day, and this is the downtown area of Fort Bragg. Everybody has a favorite restaurant. My family's been coming to this restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant for at least 30 years. My mom and I split a lasagna, and I have a salad and a glass of wine and some bread, and my mom has some minestrone soup. This is one of our favorite restaurants for sure. So the next day, I'm going to take the inspiration from the Mendocino Botanical Garden, and I'm going to paint for another hour at least. And I'm gonna grab some wildflowers from that walk, and I'm gonna show you in fast motion. I've had a couple requests recently to slow down some of my videos, and so I'm gonna do a video from this painting session that's closer to real time. And it's going to be longer because I'm painting on 2 sheets of paper, and these flowers come together probably in about an hour. So this beautiful flower right here, I don't know the name of it, but I saw it and it was lit up by the sun. I'm going to let you watch me paint wildflowers for a few minutes. I'm planning to do an in-depth explanation of the painting techniques that I'm doing while I'm painting these flowers, and I'm going to slow the video down to real-time speed, and these flowers will be presented in a different video. But you can see today's a different day. It's a little easier to paint outside for longer. We don't have such a bright sun. It's an overcast day, so my eyes aren't getting as fatigued as they were yesterday. But I'm going to let you just kind of enjoy and watch the process here unfold in fast motion. While certain areas of the paper are drying, I just move to do some leaves in the bottom section. My goal with these flowers was to make sketchbook flowers. This is an exercise. It's just a little bit of fun afternoon painting. I'm hoping that you can take some inspiration from this. As each layer dries, I become more expressive with my brush strokes. I'm going for deeper, darker tones. It's easy to overwork a flower really quickly. So with this style where you're sketching out and it's a lot of wet on wet, you do want to let some areas dry so that you can get some nice detail later, and hold back on putting in too much, but when we were in the garden, we saw so many nice flowers and so many nice leaves and greenery and ferns. It was really hard to choose what I was going to paint. So at some point I'm just layering in more flowers, and finally I feel like I come to the end of the session. And like I said, this is just a freestyle session for me. It was really fun. I really enjoyed doing this. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. If you'd like to see more of my art, my website is floravitalights.com, and I have an art newsletter. May you have an artful day.